Folks, hey superstars, hey, this is Wesley Virgin. Welcome to another Millionaire Midnight Rant. And guess what, folks? It's official. Okay, it's official. DreamRizz has launched. Beta, of course. And we are looking for a few people to test. Okay. Let's go. So just for about 5 minutes, I want to talk about the new app that I believe is going to revolutionize the world of manifestation, to make it very easy to recondition the mind, to switch out beliefs so people can just automatically, naturally achieve their goals and dreams using very advanced technology here. So I'm happy to announce that it's live. DreamRizz. You can find it on the App Store right now. It's working. It is in beta right now, which means is we want people to test it out who have had, I posted a video today. I had a lot of people interacted, they downloaded it, and I've had a lot of positive feedback, but I want more because I want to make sure that the next iteration, what happens in about 2 weeks, it's going to be the next version. It's going to be an update. We want to make sure that we are serving you properly and you are getting what you want here. So listen, if you want access to it, for now it is free. Okay, to download, it's free to access. And all you need to do is go to DreamRizz.com or go to my bio on Instagram, Wesley Virgin. And this is just for the people that don't know how to meditate, don't want to meditate, the people that can't focus on anything, the people that's having a tough time eliminating negative beliefs, and you know, all those things. If you have issues with those things, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to succeed in any area of your life here, okay? So the app itself basically produces a song that's going to trigger the chemical dopamine that's in the brain, that's going to make the brain very malleable. So if you listen to the song is your dreams and your desires, which you create. You tell the app what you want, it's going to spit it out, it's going to create it in the way that it's going to condition your mind, but you just have to listen to it. That's all you got to do. You don't have to do much of anything. It's just listen to it. I've seen people, we launched it to about 200 people a month ago, and I've just seen people change dramatically. It's been mind-blowing. I'm talking about people who now have the confidence to start a business. I've seen people, marriages get back together. It's the same. I mean, I'm able to see all the songs, obviously, and I see people who wanted to commit suicide, and now they have a reason to live. And I've seen people that have never worked out a day in their life, and now they're in the gym. So, and it hasn't even been live for 30 days. So, you know, it's just a blessing that it's working. You know, all the research and all the time and effort that we put into the app to make sure it works for you and works fast, because I want you guys to achieve your dreams, right? I want you to get what you want here. And all I ever ask is just for a little testimony or review and say, it's working, I love it, I love Wes. This guy has did it, and it's the first app of its kind. And I'm just happy to announce DreamRizz, again, is now available. Download it. Once we get about 1,000 downloads, we will hide it or disable it from the App Store, because we want to test and test and test and test. We want to try to break it to see if it's going to be able to handle the amount of people that we're going to put through the app. So we want to make sure it's functional, make sure it's fast, and make sure it delivers results that you want. But other than that, welcome to the rant, folks. And like I said, if you want to get access, www.dreamrizz.com, or go to my bio, click the link in my bio at Wesley Virgin. You have to have an iPhone. Click it. It's free. Download it, and you're done. Okay, 3 taps, and you're done. So that's go ahead and do a Q&A. Okay, let's do a Q&A. And go ahead and comment your names here below. And if you don't know who I am, I'm a young black man from Houston, Texas that was, grew up pretty average, pretty poor. But now I am a self-made millionaire worth about $40 million. I'm in the digital marketing space and real estate space as well. And I do well. And I go live just to give people like yourself the opportunity to pick my brain, ask me anything you want. I will be brutally honest, very transparent. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm going to keep it real as it relates to making millions, manifesting dreams. I'm going to keep it very, very real with you. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. I want you to win, but most of you, unfortunately, are not going to win financially. But it is my intention for you to win. But, unfortunately, that's just not how life is. Everybody that wants to be a doctor is not going to be a doctor. Everybody that wants to be a successful entrepreneur will not become a successful entrepreneur. It is what it is. Some women that want to have a baby, some women can't have a baby. They never have it, even though they want it. So that's just the reality of the outcomes that will take place in people's lives. But I'm here to make that, make your path or your journey a bit easier through my knowledge and my experience to share it with you. Okay. Hey, Nicole, how are you? So go ahead and comment some questions below. Hey, Xana, how are you? Hey, Curtis, how are you? Thank you, Flex Beauty, for commenting the website down there for me. Next question, talk to me. Okay. Questions for me. Questions, Q&A. Unstoppable, how are you? This is your moment. This is your time, folks. And always thanks for the shares and likes. I do appreciate that. So what do you want to know? How's business? I ask questions. How's business? How many of you are making money? How many of you have quit your job? You're out of the rat race. How many of you dropped out of school because you just realized school is not for you? Talk to me. Like, what are you working on? How much money are you making? Is it working out in your favor? Talk to me. Is it okay to post our songs on IG? Absolutely, Curtis. Thank you. Yeah. I wish this first iteration gave people the opportunity. Well, no, actually it does. You can actually share it on social media. It has a button that says share it, so you can share it anywhere. But what we're going to start doing before we create a community within the app, we're going to share it out on my Twitter. I do have a Twitter for DreamRizz app, and I have Instagram for it as well. It will be a Facebook page as well. And we are going to, with your permission, of course, share your songs with just on social media, so other people can hear your artwork. And so you can hear other people's, because I've been looking at all the songs, and some people are very detailed. And what I've noticed, the people that are very detailed are the ones that I get, I've gotten a few testimonies from, that they're very detailed. And I know some people just need a little help. So we're a community. We all care about each other. We all want to win together and love each other. So on the next iteration of the app, we will be sharing it out on social media. And you guys have access to the social media, Instagram account, Twitter account. So you can hear the songs, comment on the songs, give feedback, so we can all win together. How does that sound? I'm having some conflicts with my business partner. I'm meditating to see what direction I should go in. So talk to me. What type of conflicts are you having? I shared my first song today on my IG. Check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, Curtis. I have not shared it out on my social media. I need to do it as well. Hey, can I get everybody that is using the app, share it out. Share it out on your social media. And tag me. And I'm gonna comment on your song, okay? do that for me if you don't mind. I'm going to share mine as well. I've never done it yet. We have the opportunity. We have the option there. I just haven't done it. I sent it to my children and to my girl, but I haven't shared it on social media. So can I get everybody that uses the app today or tonight to share it on your social media? Tag me. You can say, I love it, Wes, and tag me in it. And I would like to listen to it, and I want to give some feedback to you. That's what I'm going to do for you. I'll give you some feedback, how about just to make it better and help you out with your song, because the better the song, the faster it will begin to program the mind as well. So if you guys want to do that, when you download the app, share it on your social media, tag Wesley Virgin, and I'll help you out. Is that cool? Because I want you to win. Wes, can you tell us what you would do if you were to start making money all over again? Yeah, I would do exactly what I'm doing right now, digital marketing. Honestly, I will create a product online. I will write the copy for it. I would do the marketing for it, and I would sell it to the masses. Thank you. Questions for him. Talk to me. Let's go. Where's the energy at, folks? I'm looking at the comments below here. Talk to me. Yeah, did that make sense, Isaac? Recently, I lost my job for 8 years. Congratulations, man. 8 years of working for someone else's dream. I vowed to never punch a clock again. Now I dedicate myself. I love it, low-key. Create your song tonight, man. Create a song that specifies exactly what you want next, okay? And be very detailed. Just be very clear and just listen to it over and over again. And it's really, the songs are really great to eliminate negative thoughts, because if you're listening to the song, you don't have any time to think about negative thoughts or any type of suffering or disadvantages or cynical things or cynical moments, because you're listening to the song, right? So you don't have time to have any type of negative thinking, honestly. Do you still use ClickBank, Wes? My programs are not there, no. Does DreamRizz have a special meaning? It does, Nikki Grace, but one day, listen, I'm going to share the meaning of that maybe within a year on Forbes or maybe with Oprah, but I'm not going to tell you guys how I came up with the app. It's a great story, but later, just give me some time. But think about it. I mean, it's really obvious. If you break down the name of the app, it's really obvious what it means. Google ads or Facebook ads? Facebook. Because you can just do better targeting. What's the next questions for me here? And can I get everybody to share this out? Can you guys share this live if you don't mind? Just share it and send it to someone that needs to hear this. Anybody that wants access to the app, it's free. So, I mean, you have nothing to lose. You know, you might like it. You might love it. So share with someone else. Share with your husband, your wife, your mother, or somebody that you know is having a tough time. And because all the response, I'm getting so much great feedback. I've had a young lady say she was crying. She said after listening to the song, she was crying in tears. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. You know, people are becoming very emotional just by listening to, and people just don't want money. You know, you'll be surprised. I thought that people would predominantly use the app for money, but man, people are using it because they've been in a divorce, someone had bankruptcy, someone was getting abused. I mean, it's such a blessing to be able to create something and it spit out something that completely inspires someone to be able to take steps in a different direction. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the next 6 months, man. I'm serious. Questions for me? Our business has doubled in profit, and now she has started micromanaging, complaining about who does what in the company. Well, I mean, are you guys 50-50? Congrats on the double of the business, though. On doubling the business. What app are you talking about? It's called DreamRizz. All you need to do is go to the Apple Store, type in DreamRizz, and you can download it for free. Okay? It just helps you manifest your dreams using music. I was only able to screen record the audio on my page. Looks a little different, but the audio is great. Awesome, Curtis. Dream into reality, absolutely. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? Will you transfer app over to Samsung, or will you stay with Apple? No, we will eventually, maybe in the next 5 to 6 months, I will start on creating the app for Samsung. But when you're creating apps, and this is my first time, obviously, I have a huge team spending a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, creating the app, it's I'm sure it's easy and simpler ways to do it, but it's not for the weak. And you have to choose one platform in the beginning because you have to first have a proof of concept. It's got to make sure people want it. Then you have to make sure people love it. And then you have to make sure people come back to it. So it's a process. But for right now, guys, go get an iPhone. Come on, go get an iPhone so you can download the app. I had one young man, he bought an iPhone just because of my app. True story. He said, hey, Wesley, I bought an iPhone because I had an Android, but I really wanted to download the app. And he got access to it. Let me look here. All right, next questions for me here. Questions. What inspired you to create DreamRizz? Was it something you wanted to do for a long time? No, so I'm glad you asked me that question, young lady. So listen, many of you are aware that I've created several self-help products on the internet. Overnight Millionaire, Genie Script, and I created those products right after I made $1 million. And I created those products because I thought that the technical or the mechanics of business was very important, or the most important thing when it comes to operating and putting a business together. But I realized, based off my own personal experience, that meditation was very powerful for me, that allowed me to be very clear and get clear on the life that I wanted to live in. It's like things started to happen in a way that I knew exactly what I needed to do to create a successful business. But even though I created Genie's Group and Overnight Millionaire had some success with people, unfortunately, a ton of people still wasn't getting results. I mean, you had people that they didn't log into the course, had people that would buy it and they didn't even access it. I've had people that they wasn't consistent with it. And that broke my heart, honestly, because like I put my heart into these products and I wanted people to really use it. So I realized something about people just, studying human behavior and reading more books in pop psychology and really understanding neuroscience, just how people operate. Why do they do what they do? So I realized that if you want to give people something and if you want them to use it, you have to frame it with entertainment. Does that make sense? You have to frame it with entertainment, okay? So that's when I got to thinking. I said, well, what can I do that people already like to do? And how can I implement my, my ideology about how to reprogram the mind that will cause people to listen to it? Because I know if you listen to the song that you created in the app, you will begin to manifest these things 100%. And I explain the science very well on the website on DreamRizz.com. So that's why I had the thought. I was just thinking. I've been meditating, and this is another reason why I got a place in Colombia, because in Colombia I'm separated from the States. I'm not in Houston, Texas. I'm by myself. I'm alone. No one's here. I just have my staff here. And I've been meditating a lot for a couple of months since I bought this place in September. So I've been meditating and meditating and meditating, and it came to me and a partner here, and we came up with it. Just we found a team to develop it. We had the ideal, and we went through over 20 different teams to find the right people to create the app for us, because it was a very complex task. By the way, it's not an easy feat. I'm not a developer, but and that's how it was created. DreamRizz. That's how it all started. Hey Shahida, how are you? Hey Black Child. I have West visualizing audio, and it truly works. Thank you so much. And it feels good to have something that people that, like, so far, almost 99% of the people who have used the app has given me positive feedback. I mean, who does that? And see, it's not just entertaining, it's like helpful. I had one young lady, she says, I go to sleep with it, Wes. She says there's some way that you can activate the app so when my stream locks, it still plays, and that will be in the next iteration. Like in the next update, it's going to be like night and day. You'll see it. It's going to be absolutely transformational. That thing is going to go viral probably within days. Yeah, I mean, I've had a young lady, she's listened to it at night. She loves it over and over again. I had another young lady, she's already created over 30 songs, every aspect of her life. So it's pretty incredible. What's next? Good job, Damaris. Can I make a song in Spanish or other languages? I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. So, listen, in the next 90 days, everything that you guys are asking for will be updated. But when you're creating an app, unfortunately, you just, we get ideals every day. You say, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. This is not Burger King, it's not McDonald's, right? You just can't go back up and say, I want fries now, I want another burger. No. Apps take time, and you have to launch the app in phases. Unfortunately, I don't think about everything I want to do in one day, because on a Monday I may have thoughts, then on Thursday I may have different thoughts. So you have to let the development team build first, release, and then you augment to the app. But yes, we will have several languages, if not every language, on the app itself. So if you're Spanish, French, it doesn't matter, German, it will translate the app. It will translate the audio for you. It's going to be a game changer. Tez, the entrepreneur, wants to go live. Okay, let's go live. If you guys have any questions for me, let's go live here. All I ask for several of you tonight here. What's going on, Tez?
Wes, good seeing you again.
Yeah, I know, man. And you've been live. This is the second time, huh?
No, it's like our fourth time. That's crazy.
Third. Oh, wow. Oh, man, you must be rich then, huh?
It's getting there.
Okay.
But as always, when somebody is doing better than me, I like to pick their brain, and hopefully it's not becoming repetitive.
Right.
But as always, I've always asked you, like when you were working on 7-Day Fitness, and when you were after 7-Day Fitness, you did Fat Diminisher, right? And then after that, you became a millionaire.
Yes.
So I guess when you became a millionaire, this is my question. How did you start to navigate your life when you start to become the person that you always wanted to become, and you saw it in your dreams, and then you started to become it? So when you did that, how did you start to navigate your systems? How did you develop systems? Because I have a business too, and I'm starting to do the systems, but how did you navigate life after you became a millionaire?
Okay, when you say navigate life, you want to know what I like, how I was living, or what did I buy, or what?
No, forget materialistic things. What
Okay.
changed for you? You know, like how did you um I guess in business, I'm talking about just business. I'm not talking about what you bought, your family, what
Uh
you bought, but like developing systems to automate
huh.
things of that nature. Yeah,
Oh, okay. You understand that.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So when I made the first million, obviously I'm still working, right? I'm not even thinking about systems yet because you have to put people in place first, right? Like
Okay,
I had to. So when I made with Fat the Ministry, I was a one man show. And for the first month, it was just me, honestly. I made a million. It was just me. And I was answering tickets, and it was so overwhelming that I had to hire somebody.
okay,
And I went to Upwork, and I hired my first employee from Colombia, believe it or not, $5 an hour. Her name was Jennifer, and she started answering tickets. And from there, she became the manager of customer service. She started to hire people as well.
okay.
So she took care of that. Then I mean, so Fat Minutes was big. So a lot of people reached out to me, which gave me an opportunity to do partnerships. So people would say, "Hey, Wes, you want to partner with me? You don't have to do anything. You just partner with me. I give you 50%. Like when we converted Fat Ministry in French, we converted it into German, we converted it into Espanol. So that was that. Then I would find people to say, "Hey, I'll write everything, I do all the work if you would just partner with me," because I was
Okay.
just the big dog, right? So
That's
I
it.
had a lot of different partnerships. So after maybe 2 to 3 years, then and another thing about what people don't know probably, my business was affiliate driven, which means I didn't start running ads until 3 years later. Honestly, I was making 30, 40,000 a day every day
So
for
you
a long time. Go ahead.
promote your product and making you money.
Yeah, yeah, they were promoting my product. I wasn't spending any
Wow.
money. It was all on autopilot, honestly. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And that's not even half of it. I mean, I was making money with the list, and I had somebody that was doing that for me. So, those first 3 years, it was just cake, right? Automatic. It was just automatic money. But with products online, depending on what you create, they will fizzle out. So, but me, I was always thinking about the next best thing, right? So this is when I created another product, right? Overnight Millionaire, and I did that, and we was running and I started running media because I realized that I had to control my destiny and I had to understand how to run ads. So I hired somebody to do that for me.
Yes.
So yeah, it was just a growing process, right? When you first make $1 million, you don't just automate the business because you need to
Okay.
learn the business. It's so much about the business that you have to learn that you don't know because you never made like real money.
Right.
So you have to understand how to manage all this stuff and how to teach people and how to put leadership in place. And it takes a while. It took maybe me 5, 6 years before I got to
Mm.
the point that now everything kind of runs automatically for me. So I'm in a leadership role. So I know how to hire talent. I know how to hire managers and supervisors to take care of different aspects of the business.
Last question for me, because I know you're busy, and I'm gonna let everybody else chime
Oh,
in.
go ahead.
And I can't remember if I asked you this already, but when did you pivot from 7 Day Fitness? Because you got to, in business, what I'm learning with my business, like pivoting is essential, right? If it's not working, you got to learn how to pivot. So what I'm learning is, when did you learn how to pivot, right? You had to learn how to pivot because if you would have never pivoted, you wouldn't
Yeah.
have made your first million, right?
Right.
So at some point, what I'm learning in entrepreneurship is when you develop, and this is for anybody that's listening, when you're developing something and it's your baby, it's hard to let go and it's hard to pivot.
Yeah.
So in
Yeah.
you, with you, Wes, when you developed 7 Day Fitness and you was like, I'm gonna have people work out for I think it was like 7 minutes or
Seven
whatever it was, right?
minutes, 7 minutes a
Yep,
day. Yeah.
right. And I'm like, at some point, when did you know that what I'm doing isn't working? and I had to pivot. Now I'm staying in the same area, but I had to pivot in the same area to something else. So the biggest thing that I have to learn is like, when did you learn to pivot?
That's a great question, by the way. A really good question. So, and I'm gonna give you my honest answer. Um, and a lot of people are just not gonna believe this, but it's just how it is. So, I had to detach myself emotionally from 7 Day Fitness.
It's so hard,
Uh,
Wes.
of course it is, but let me tell you how I did it.
Okay,
Because I didn't do it consciously.
okay.
Consciously, I would have never detached from it. I would have been doing it today, probably, unfortunately. When I started, Tez, to meditate, truth, I swear to God, when I started to meditate, everything became very clear to me. And it became clear that I needed to detach from the business, and it was not working. And the funny thing is, 4 years prior, someone told me, say, hey, Wes, I know you're passionate about this business. I know you want to do it. But do you think 7 Day Fitness is what people want? Do you think people really want to work out for 7 days? I mean, there's a millionaire that told me this at a seminar one day. And I was like, yeah, man. I said, what are you talking about? Yeah, they do, man. It's just 7 minutes. It's not a big deal.
You didn't
Because
know.
I was so attached to it, man.
Yeah.
It was just like my true baby for real. And I couldn't see it. It's like, it's like when you're in a relationship and it's so terrible. And the only person that can see that you're in a very contaminated situation is other people, but you can't see it because you're like in it,
You like
right?
Stevie Wonder to it.
Exactly. So when I started meditating every day, 3 times a day, over and over again, man, it got very clear to me
That's
that
crazy.
this was not the company. And this is when I got the vision. It's so crazy when it happened. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I share with you guys to meditate, because when you meditate, if you just continue, if you just trust the process, because it might take some time, but if you just keep meditating, you will see exactly what you need to see that was always there. When I began to meditate, everything happened like perfectly in my life. Now, perfectly doesn't mean that I didn't go through like
Yeah,
storms or I had problems, but I did. But everything that happened led up to the fact to minister, and it makes perfect sense when I think back to it. Like,
yeah.
'cause I had a partnership with a guy with 7 Day Fitness. It didn't go well. He backed out at the last minute. Worked 8 months, spent money and time, and he backed out. Then I found another guy the same night that the guy backed out. Another partnership with a guy in Canada. We worked it. We worked it. We worked it. It fizzled out. It did not even work. But I was still meditating at this time. I was meditating for a very long time, and then boom, I meet a guy. It's crazy. I meet a guy in Vegas that had the #1 product on ClickBank,
Click.
and I was going to do a partnership with him too, but he was ghosting me on Skype. He wasn't returning my Skype calls or whatever, and I decided to model his product. It just came to me to model his product. I said, I'm just going to model it, and I just modeled his product, and it just within 40 days, man, it was a game changer.
So you copied the right cat. See, most people say, don't. Wes, my birthday's January 16th. Your birthday's close to mine, right?
No, my
Like,
birthday is January 16 as well.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's how I know. Like, my birthday's January 16th. I just turned 36. And
Okay.
I don't have no kids or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So I'm still but all of it is business. So when I talk to you, which has been now is like maybe the sixth time, is I always just like to chime in and just get advice because I know I'm about to be there and I know I'm close.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm talking to you, it's just more so if you've been there, you're older than me,
Yeah.
right? And you like my brother. My brother's like you. He's a multimillionaire, lives in Cali, Cullinan, Bentley, all that stuff. So whenever I go to Cali, I resonate. I see that side. I'm a lower level entrepreneur, right? So I'm trying to get there. So, but I'm just trying to learn how to pivot and how to uh, get to the level that you're at. So whenever I chime in, which I don't mean to take up too much of your time, it's just more so of I'm just trying to pick your brain to see how I can get to a level that you're at, even at 36. You know what I mean?
Of
So
course.
when you
I mean,
pivot
where are you right now? Where are you right now, financial wise?
financially, the best I've ever, in talking about in business
Of course.
or period,
Like, yeah, your business. Like, is it working? Are you making money?
it's been up and down, Wes. And I've been 3 years. So I've been thinking about pivoting, right?
Okay.
So I've had months where I put it like this. Yesterday I was at a spot, I met a dude that was making 20 million in revenue. And I was talking to him like, man, dog, I haven't done it. I'm doing all this by myself. And I haven't done $20 million in revenue. I got the system in place. I got the Klaviyo in place. I got the ads in place. So is it my product? I'll put it like this. This is what confuses me, Wes, in business, because I'm new
Mm-hmm.
to it. I'll be thinking about pivoting, and then somebody that hasn't bought from me from 2022 come from 2022 and buys from me 3 straight weeks in a row. Like boom, boom, boom. You know Shopify cha-ching sound, right?
Yeah.
So somebody that comes, that means that he hasn't bought from me from 2022. That means he was thinking about my brand, right? And came in 2024 and bought from me within a week. He bought from me like 3 or 4 times. So this
Yeah.
person spent $400 on my Shopify store in a week. So sometimes I'm like, when I be wanting to pivot, it almost seems like, I know your parents were preachers, like God be giving me a sign like, don't give up on it yet. It'd be weird. So sometimes what strikes me is whenever I want to pivot and say, okay, I'm going to stay in e-commerce, but let's start a new store, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But when I want to do that, it seems like I get 4 or 5 cha-ching sounds. So it's like, okay, am I impatient? But it's not in volume, Wes. I ain't doing 10K a month.
Right. Right. So let me help you out. I'm glad you shared that with me. Listen,
Okay.
now this is tough in business, but I'm gonna help you out because I know what your issue
Yes,
is.
sir.
First of all, just because someone buy from you, randomly, sporadically, that is not a sign from God. Business has nothing to do with God, my guy. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm just gonna be very straight with you guys. And I know sometimes you hear people, "Oh, God did." Listen,
No,
you
I got
have
you.
to be very intelligent, or you need to become intelligent when it comes to business. You can't just rely on faith and spirits and, oh, I had a random cell from a guy 2 years. Listen, in business, it's something that's called CPA, and that's what you don't know. It's called cost per acquisition. Every company on the planet has to know how much money do I need to
To get
spend
a,
to bring in a customer. 100%.
yeah,
And if you don't know what that number is, you don't have a business that's going to be sustainable. You cannot run a business just hoping that people come buy from you, because that's not how you run a business. You're going to fail.
yeah,
And
okay,
then you're going to get confused in thinking that, well, I'm going to quit. And then you justify and say, well, somebody just bought from me. I guess I should. No, no, no. That doesn't mean that you should keep the business. You need to know, well, if I'm running ads, if I'm spending money on a customer, how much money am I spending to get a customer? If I can't get my CPA to the amount of goods that's been sold, if there's no profit, then I got to pivot. I got to do something else. Or I
okay.
got to hire somebody that knows how to do it better than myself to be able to find my customers.
Yes, sir.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what your CPA is?
My CPA, the last time I was looking at my face, because I'm running Facebook ads right now. I'm running a couple of them. I'm running view concept ads, engagement ads. I've done it all. So if I'm running sales ads, I'm talking about sales. My, my CPA, the last time I checked, it was around 20. It was like $23 to
20,000
acquire
per person?
per
And what's the average
person.
order value?
On my store, the last time I checked, because my prices are pretty good. My average order value was like at, at the time, my average order value was about $75.
Tez, that is not true, bro. You don't know your numbers. If your CPA was $20 and your average order value was 75, why would you start running ads?
I didn't stop. I didn't stop.
Well, that means
Maybe
that means if you're spending $20 and if you bring in 75, that means you're making $50 per customer. Why? How are you not succeeding in this business? What I'm hearing, honestly, you don't know your numbers.
okay.
You don't. You're guessing. You're saying, well, I think it's and let me tell you something. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm like your brother, man. You do not know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers in your business, in your company, you're gonna fail.
Yes, sir.
When someone asks you what your numbers is, you can't say, well, maybe like last time I did. No, no, bro. That just sounds like you don't have any competence with your company at all. You have to know what the CPA is. You
Yes,
need
sir.
to you have to know what the average order value is of your customer. If it's 75 and you're spending $20, the first question anybody would ask you, they were like, well, what's the problem? I mean,
Yes,
you,
sir.
you should be killing it. And you're not killing it because that's not your CPA and that's not your average order value. I don't
Okay.
think you probably don't know how to run ads. That's the problem. You need to hire somebody to know what they're doing to run ads. And
Okay.
you know what I mean? Because listen, I don't run ads. You think I run
No,
ads for my company? Of course
no,
not.
when you get to
I,
your level, you find somebody that's better
Nah,
than you.
brother. No, no, listen, it's not about level.
Oh,
Listen, even if I didn't have any money, I will find a way to go pay somebody. I get a credit card. I'll do whatever it takes. I didn't care. At that time, you can't imagine how much money I invested and lost just to be where I am here today. And it was a lot of time. Man, my credit card was maxed out $50,000 because I bought a lot of stuff. I did masterminds for $1,000 a month. I didn't have any
Wes,
money. I
I'm
had
there.
credit cards and all. But what I'm saying is you have to be willing
Okay.
to understand that Facebook ads, baby, media is not that's not your forte. It's just not. You
Okay.
tried it for 3 years. You don't know how to do it. Like your forte is probably creating the product. I think you create shirts, right? You do shirts,
I do,
gospel shirts,
but I do a lot. But my main products that sell is apparel.
right? And see, then another thing you say you do a lot. That means that you don't have any focus. You know what I mean? Because listen, you can't do all this stuff. You gotta have one skew. Like if one thing is working, you have to focus. You can't do many things and expect to be great. LeBron James can't play basketball, football, and then baseball and be great at all these things. This is impossible. It would never work. You'll spend
It's
another 3 years talking to me
it's
on live.
it's in the same niche,
You
but what I'm
understand
saying,
that?
yeah.
But yeah, but you gotta have one
Okay.
skew, right? Like what I said, if you were selling shirts or whatever we're selling, you got to focus on that. You can't sell other stuff. You shouldn't have other SKUs because you're not even ready for that. You don't even, if you know that, like, your shirts sell more, right? Do your shirts sell the most?
From my on my store, what sells the most are it's this is crazy. That's how I know I come on the right path. Is t-shirts sell a lot, my hoodies sell a lot. Those are the two that sell the most. T-shirts and hoodies. They
But
sell
what
them.
sells the most out of t-shirts and hoodies?
It depends on us. Like right now, I'm in Georgia, right? So if I'm in the colder months, my hoodie sell. When it's
Okay, so you're talking about selling like face to face? Are you talking about advertisement on the internet?
I advertise on the internet. So like, say for example, right now where I'm at, since it's I'm in Georgia and most people are in colder months, most people buy my hoodies. But as summer approaches, most people are buying my they buy my
But
t-shirts. So
what I'm saying, are you running ads in Georgia? Like you running the advertising in Georgia?
no, I don't just advertise. I advertise in the USA. So when I'm ads, I don't pinpoint Georgia. I do most just the United States, honestly. And then Facebook broad like targeting, like I used to target, right? I used to target different things. But now how Facebook is starting to grow, I just leave it open. I do
Oh,
open targeting.
oh, man, I think I gave you advice before, Tez. I'm telling you. Listen,
Okay.
I want you to take my advice. You're not taking my advice. I gave you advice on this last time because
Okay.
I think I remember your product. Listen, no one knows who you are.
Right.
You do not have a brand. You're not Nike. You're not Adidas.
Right.
So the thing is, when someone sees you, sees your shirt, why would they buy it? Why? A few people might say, "Oh, okay, yeah, I may buy it," but why would they buy it? Why would they buy it? Especially when they can go to Shein or go to Team Mew or whatever. I mean, why would they buy it? You cannot target the audience on the internet when it comes to apparel. How? You
Okay.
can't, because apparel is not a necessity. It's just a
Right.
luxury. You don't need that stuff, right?
The
It's not
one.
solving a problem either. And
Right.
I think I told you last time, you got to find a brand ambassador. If you really want to do this right, you got to find somebody that can wear your apparel. You got to have a brand ambassador, an influencer, somebody famous. Other than that, man, it's not going to work. It's very difficult. Look at the people that created what's that, like Gymshark. You know why Gymshark is so popular? Because they got so many influencers that they pay to wear their stuff on social media.
Hmm.
Almost every famous club, like LA, the what is it called, Young LA, same thing. They have influencers.
They
They pay them because that's how you
what?
do it. You cannot just run ads and just thinking that people are just gonna pick up your product, man. You're gonna go broke. And I think I told you this, I don't know, a year ago.
Mhm. I got a question for you, Wes. So
Go ahead.
I'm in a print on demand business, right? Print on demand, right? So
Okay.
what about? So I'll put it like this. I see what you're saying. Like, yes, I got apparel too, but people buy multiple things. People have bought. I'm in print on demand. So what I'm doing is in a print on demand niche, in a faith based niche, I'm creating products in the niche that I'm in, and I'm selling it. It's like, say for example, Mother's Day is coming up, right? Mother's Day is coming up. So I'm creating products in a jewelry niche for my supplier, right? That is pertaining to Mother's Day, right? Because I'm in print on demand. It's not like I'm trying to become a Nike. I'm in a print on demand niche, meaning yes, I have a niche, meaning I'm in a faith based niche, but I'm still selling in the how can I put it,
Honestly,
in the
man, you all over the place, Tez. You don't even
okay,
realize it, my
okay,
guy. You
okay.
are all
New,
over the
I'm
place. Now,
new to it.
look,
I'm new to
now
it.
you said, now you tell me you're in the print and demand niche. All
I
right,
am.
now you said, well, I'm gonna do things for Mother's Day, but I thought we was in the hoodie business. Then I thought we was in the shirt business. I mean, what business are you in?
Can I tell you? So
Tell
just
me.
honestly, maybe I just haven't described it. So I'm in print on. I'm sorry. So I'm in print on demand, right? So I'm e-commerce print on demand. My niche is faith based. So anything within my niche is faith based. So meaning I have apparel, and then also I have different suppliers in the same niche that I'm in that are in the faith based niche, but I'm creating products that are in the same niche that I'm selling in. So I'm not, when I say all over the place, I'm not, I'm selling things in the same niche, but they trying to, I'm sorry. So in the same niche, right? But at the
Yeah,
same time, selling different products in my niche.
I
So I'm,
trust me. I totally understand what you're talking about. You're in a
okay.
faith-based niche, but you just create other products within the niche. It could be a
Oh,
shirt, it could be pants, it could be jewelry, but it's all about faith-based,
right,
right? I,
right.
I get it, but how like you don't know how to market properly. If I was in your niche right now in this faith-based, I would go to churches. Honestly, straight up, I go to churches, those things. Go talk to these PTDJs or whatever to get people to wear your stuff and to talk to them about a collaboration. Like you just can't do it online. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of faith based needs online. Is it not? Of
It
course.
is.
I mean, you can find that stuff on Sheen, man, about God and religion and all that stuff. This is nothing new. You got to be strategic,
Okay.
and you have a marketing issue, honestly.
I know.
And what I suggest, huh? Yeah, so we have a marketing problem. This is my suggestion.
Oh,
If you want to stay in the faith-based niche and you want to do the print on demand, you need to visit churches, pastors, and you need to get collabs or even singers that's in the faith-based niche that have influencers that have a lot of followers. You need to have conversations with these people. You need to reach out to them every day. If you don't do that, like running ads, that is not going to work for you unless you have somebody like a TD Jakes wearing your stuff that he's saying something good about your brand. You run that ad, yeah, that'll work. But
yeah.
until you get that, man, you have to go meet and pay and collab with influencers in the faith-based niche.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you got to do it that way. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if it's scalable, man, because then you have to think about, is it scalable? You know what scalable means, right? It means
It,
that can
of
it
course.
reach a bigger audience? You know what I mean? And a lot of businesses are not scalable, man. They would cap. Like you get a few sales, but you just can't get it. Like you may hit 10,000, but you can't get it to 100,000 because it's not a scalable business because you're so sub niche. Like because it's only like for Christians and people in religion and then they gotta like your stuff, and then you don't have any like famous or big influencers because I don't like. Do you know any brands right now that are face based niche that are very popular?
Art of Homage, God is Dope. Those are the two. We do a lot of research. So, God is Dope.
Yeah, but how much are they making per month? Do you know?
Art of Homage, they have, Art of Homage has 7 brands that are doing in the same niche that are doing 20 million. So collectively, they're doing 20 million. So I do look at other brands that
So
are
how did
doing.
they market though? How did they market?
So Art of Homage, I look at their ads all the time. Uh, just Art of Homage. Now I'm not talking about red leather clothing because they have a collective amount of brands. But just say Art of Homage and God is Dope, which is out of Atlanta. Both of them are in that niche and they're doing millions a month. So what I do is I kind of look at them and say, okay,
How do you
what
know
are
they're
they?
doing millions a month? How do you know?
Well, Art of Homage, I've been in their programs and I just follow them. I know that they're doing millions
But
because
how do you know? How do you know?
number one, Art of Homage has been around for 7 years, right? And no business, if you're not around for 7 years, you're not, if you've been around for 7 years, you're doing well. But
No, no, no. Okay, so you don't know, man. This is all speculation. You don't know. Listen, from the internet, you can pull this data. You got to find it. You're guessing.
I,
And let me tell you
I have
something, Ted. You
Art
cannot
of Homage, I
get
pull the
you.
data. Art of Homage, I pull the data. I've done
But you pull the data from where?
so Art of Homage. I've done. I can't remember the name of the Chrome extension, but Art of Homage, they do get over $200,000, 200,000 people to their website a month. And Art of Homage, they've been around for a long time. Art of Homage, they're doing well. They're doing well. I know for a fact that they're doing well. Also, God is Dope. God is Dope is a well-known brand in Atlanta, and they're doing well. Those two for sure, I know they're doing millions of dollars a month. Art of Homage and God is Dope. I know that for a fact
I mean,
because
I'll say this. I don't think you know it for a fact. I think you just speculate. You just thinking they do it, and I get it. We all tend to do this, but I'm gonna give you some advice. You can take it or not. You got to pull yourself out of thinking that people are doing well. You need to know. Like you have to know, my guy. If you don't know, listen. The guy that I was with, that I modeled, you know how I knew he was making it first? I talked to the actual ClickBank people that was his account manager, and then he was number one. So I was able to see this. And then I had a long conversation with the guy and his business partner. Like I had to make sure this was actually the money that this guy was making. You cannot speculate in business. You have to know for sure because you may think that, oh man, because I see it here, it's been 7 years, they ask everything. That don't mean they're making a ton of money. I mean, you don't know. You need to have conversations with these people. Like you need to reach out to the CEO, talk with him, and
I have,
take him to lunch.
I have what
Like you got it.
I have.
You have?
Yes, I've reached out to the owners of Art of Homage. They really are doing that. Um, they really are. They've reached. I've reached out to them, and been on Zooms with them, and I've been behind the scenes with them. Art of Homage, they really are. Any other brand, I 100% agree.
Okay,
Like,
so if
I don't.
you had conversations with the owner, right? You had conversations with the owner,
Yep.
and
Yes. Hmm.
and did you ask the owner how he started the business and how did he
Yep.
do the marketing?
They talked about how their first business failed, right? And then they started Art of Homage, like kind of like you, like
Yeah,
you
but
you started.
how did they do the marketing for it? Because I never heard of what you're talking about, honestly. But how did they do the marketing for it?
So this is what they teach, and when you get a chance, Wes, look up Art of Homage. You'll see.
No,
So
no,
what they
no,
do?
no. See, no, no, brother. Did
Yes,
you talk, Tez? Did you have a conversation with the CEO, you and
yes,
him together by
yes,
yourself? Like I'm
sir.
not talking about giving you a business present. I'm talking about he telling you what he did.
Yes,
Have you
sir.
had that?
Yes,
So
sir.
how did he do the marketing? What did he tell you?
So this is what he told me. So this is what they said.
You keep
His first business.
saying they. Is it one
It's two.
person, two people?
It's two of them.
So and
Yeah.
what's the owners? What their names?
Uh, off the top of my head, I
You don't
can't.
know the name of the owners of your competition?
It's just escaping me, but I trust me. I do know them. I know them. I trust me. Just trust me. I
Okay,
know
so
them.
how did they?
So
What when you asked them about say, how did y'all do the marketing? What did you
I
ask them?
so this is what they told me. Their
Yeah,
first business failed, right? Their first business failed,
yeah.
and then they started Homage. So this is what they said. What happened? They learned from their first business failure. After that, what they took from their first business, they took the principles for their second business because they were scared to start another one. One was working at a bank, and the other one was like a correctional
I just want
officer.
you to answer the question. How did they do the marketing? Just
Okay,
just tell me. Don't give me a story. Just how did they do the marketing? Was it Facebook? Was it Instagram? Was it influencer? What did they do?
so the first thing they said when they started the second business of Art and Harmony, they said that their marketing, when they first started doing Facebook ads, first it was organic, right? They said their first month they did like 6 sales, right? But then they start doing their second month and their third month they start doing like 5,000 in sales
But
and
how?
10,000.
But how? How?
So they told me that the way they start doing these big numbers is their product placement. They learned this is what they learned. They said that the way they start framing their products, the way they start shooting their products in terms of, um, you know, getting
They're not being
people that
honest with you, my man. They're not being straight. Because everything you're talking about, it doesn't even make sense, honestly. They if you had a conversation with these two guys or whatever, they were not shooting you straight. They didn't tell you. They're telling you all this bullshit product placement. I just want to know how they market, and they did not give you the sauce, and that's okay if they didn't. But the point is, if you want that business to work, your business right now, you gotta find an influencer. Bottom line,
okay,
you gotta find it because you don't have enough money for branding. Like Nike, they don't. I mean, even though they get influencers on it, but they have a ton of money. They can run ads. They don't care. Coca-Cola, they can do the same thing. But you don't
I
have
agree.
any money for all that, right? You don't have money to burn on a brand that it's not even a brand yet. You gotta find an influencer. Just find you one. Go on the internet, find somebody in the Facebook niche, got 100,000 followers. Tell them about your vision. Tell them about your dream. 10 people a day. You'll find people. They'll link up. If they like your clothes, they'll be like, yeah, man, let's do something together. 100%. Start that way because then you'll spend less money. I would not run any Facebook ads, no type of native ads, no type of tick, don't none of that stuff. Go find an influencer that is already in your niche that already have the people.
That makes sense.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Listen, I'm not just telling you this because this is what I'm going to do. It. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys how I'm going to do $100 billion with my app. Exactly the device I'm telling you I'm going to do myself.
Yes,
And
sir.
we already doing this. Listen, what we're doing is we're going to reach out to 10 to 20 influencers in the manifestation meditation niche, the big guys. We're going to reach out to all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to find out what their rate is, and we're going to pay them. Whatever it is, we're going to pay them. And all they're going to do is create videos about an app and recommend it. And it's going to be 10 people. That's 10 million followers at a minimum. So 10 million people, when we launch in April, they are going to see our app. Obviously, we don't need 10 million people to download the app, right? Even if I get 500, say 200,000 people to download, we're going to have a price model about $7 a month. So 200,000 times 7 is what? Do the math. It's
Mm-hmm.
$1.4 million. And say if I have to invest $50,000 on all the influencers, is it not worth it? Of course
Yes,
it is.
it
Same
is.
thing. Same thing with you, man. You go reach out to 100 influencers, tell them about your brand, tell them what you're willing to do, how much it costs. I know you got at least $20,000 at least, and you go find these people and you pay them 1,000, pay them 1,500, whatever, just to wear your shirt and do a post for 24 so many hours, and they make a video. And you say, hey, if you don't mind, I'm gonna keep this video, and then you make all these videos from all these influencers, and then when you run Facebook ads, you run the ads with the influencers,
Yeah.
and you run it to their audience by you targeting in Facebook itself to their
Yeah.
audience. Make sense?
That's why I like talking to you, Wes. I'm new to
Yeah, man, but I want you to you got to take my advice, man. You got to do it. I told you this last time.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You got
sir.
to take action with it, brother. So that means the
I'm always
next time you go live, man, you can't be under $10,000 a month. Come on, and not at 36. Come on, that's ridiculous, honestly.
I get it. I get it.
Makes sense.
That's why I like talking to people like you, because I'm doing this by myself. So when I'm talking to somebody like you, I need it. It is what it is. I'm an action taker, but I just gotta continue to move forward. That's
You
all.
got to you need to take the advice. Like, go find the influencers. Like tonight, I don't know what you're doing and where you're at tonight. You need to get on the internet and you need to do your research. You go to ChatGPT, type in what are the top 10 faith-based influencers. Man, it'll tell you. And then you reach out to all these people until somebody says, you know what? I'm willing to, I want to have a conversation with you. Reach out to 100 people tonight.
That's easy. Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ted.
Wes.
Let's make it happen, my guy, huh? All right, later, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You folks, listen, you guys need to listen to me. I'm trying to give you the goddamn sauce. I talked to Ted, I don't know, 3 times over the last 4 years. Gave him the same advice. You guys don't listen. I mean, y'all don't listen. You know why people don't listen? Because they feel that what they're doing is going to work. And then you live in this whole imagination bullshit. Like, well, I was going to quit that business, and somebody bought my stuff. I think God is sending me. That's not God. This is business. God has nothing to do with you running a successful company. You can pray. Listen, there are millions of people that pray all night. Oh, God, please, I want my business. God, please. God has nothing to do with you learning how to become an intelligent business owner. What are you talking about? There's no signs. It's not how you run a company based off a sign. That's like the people that believe that, well, you're Capricorn or you're Aries. Okay, we work together. That's stupid. That's stupidity. Okay? You folks need to stop being unintelligible folks. This is business. You have to understand, okay, how much money does it take for me to acquire a customer? If I can't figure out what that is, okay, now I need to find influencers that is in the niche that I'm in and pay them or collab with them or give them a percentage to wear my to use my services or wear my product. The name of the game is marketing, folks. That's the one thing that I learned in companies, in my business. I know how to market a product or a service. And most of you don't know how to market, man. You got stuff. Listen, you know what company is the greatest marketing company on the planet right now? And they make a shit product. They make a shit product that is killing people, making people fat, but yet the most One of the most expensive, I mean, one of the most profitable companies on the planet. Been around for tens and tens of decades. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. It's nothing but sugar and colored water, right? And carbonation. And corn syrup or whatever they put in that shit. Terrible product. Killing people. But make billions of dollars every year. Why? Because they know how to market. I'll tell you another product. That's a shit product. Listen, another shit product, and this is a shittier product than Coke, that millions, if not hundreds of millions of people buy every single day. It's killing people, for sure. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. Cigarettes. How do you get someone, how do you convince a person to inhale smoke in their bodies, in their lungs? It's marketing, folks. Because they're good at marketing. It doesn't matter how many people die from cancer. It doesn't matter how many people breath stink. Doesn't matter. They still buy the cigarettes because it's great marketing. Red Bull is another thing. 5-hour energy. It's just the marketing. It doesn't even matter about the product. If you can market, you can sell anything. When people ask me, what is the first thing I need to learn how to do? You need to learn how to sell. Learn how to sell. How do I learn how to sell? Watch a YouTube video. Who wants to go live? Who wants to go live here? Oh my God. The people with astrology. You know, the people, I don't do well with Sagittarius people. Oh, I don't get along with Pisces. I'm like, what the folks? It's just, you're dumb. You're insane. I'm just, it blows my mind on how people make decisions about their life, about moons, and oh, the moon is up at the 7 o'clock. Oh, I seen this number 1111. That means I'm gonna be rich. You still broke. Oh, we have so many superstitious people on the planet. It's insane, honestly. It's insane. And you're not smart. Do you think Jeff Bezos is thinking about, well, I read my horoscope this morning and it says that I'm not going to make a lot of money. You think that's how Jeff Bezos runs the business? You think Jeff Bezos is looking for a full moon and, oh, it's a full moon, so let me take out my little stone and let me put it outside and let me recharge my stone? No. What are you talking about? It's insane. I swear to God. It's insane. That's why it's so easy to make so much money. Because so many people are just dumb, stupid, and silly. They're hoping for a miracle. That's not how business works at all. Okay? Who wants to go live here? Who wants to go live? Listen, what I'm going to tell you to do is go get my app. Go get the app, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want to meditate, you don't want to do any type of mindfulness practice, go get my app, DreamRizz. It will do the work for you. All you have to do is listen to it. I can explain it to you on how it will work. Just listen to it for 30 days and come back to me and say, Wesley, I love you. Okay? Just listen to the app, man. Just listen to the song. Go, just download the app. I created the app to make it very easy for you because a lot of you are just lazy. You procrastinators, and I get it. Uh, what is the app? It's called DreamRizz. Go to my bio, click the link, and download it from your iPhone. And that's the great thing about my app. My app, like if you want to be a more confident person, type that into the app. If you want to learn if you want to be an expert salesperson, type it into the app. The app asks you, what is your number one goal? What goal do you want most? Folks, if you're getting value, can you share this out if you don't mind? Share the live. Because as you can tell by Taz, from Taz's conversation, you guys need help. And I'm trying to help you, but you're not taking heed to the advice I'm giving you here. Yeah, only iPhone. It's iPhone. Can someone help the young lady below and comment the name DreamRizz so they'll know where to get it from? It's in the App Store. It's available right now. It's in beta, so only about 1,000 people can get access to it. Okay. Next question for me. And the great thing about the app, I can see everything in the back end. And in the last 29 minutes, I had somebody named Dennis. They just made a song. I just had Steven make a song. Damala, Steven, Tracy, Kenton just made a song. Tracy. I've had Bernadette just made 4 songs. I'm just looking at the back end right now. Like we're getting downloads almost every 10 and 20 minutes right now. Okay, so go ahead and get it. Grab it. It's free. Go to DreamRizz, guys, because BrainTune will be discontinued. DreamRizz. Okay? Thank you for the comments below. Any more? Who wants to go live here? All right, let's go live with James again. I've been live with James about 1,000 times. This guy's persistent, isn't he? Yeah,
Hello.
James, what do you want, man?
What's going on, my guy? I'm just stopping to say hi, man. How you been?
Very well.
That's great, man. So I just wanted to see how you are, man. I see the new app DreamRizz going great.
Yeah?
Wesley gonna be a billionaire, you know.
Yes, sir.
So Wesley, what's the first thing that you're gonna buy when you become a billionaire?
I have no idea, man. No idea,
It's
James.
gonna happen soon. But I do want to ask you some questions since we're on the live.
Yeah.
So like I see that you're interested in stocks and stuff like that. So what would you say is the best stock right now that you like?
Uh, I wouldn't say the best stock. I wouldn't evaluate stock as the best, right? Because when you say the best, people are like, oh, let me go buy that without fail. First of all, you can lose money all day, any day with any stocks, any mutual fund, any index fund. I invest my money in index and mutual funds because they're just more stable and they do reap about 10 to 15% a year. So that's where I put my money currently.
That's great, man. That's great. That's super duper great. So that's great. I just have to say, man, keep going, man, because I get to see the app DreamRizz just being everywhere. You know,
Yeah.
how many downloads would you say like will blow your mind? Be like, wow, first month expectations. I'm gonna say this right now. I believe the app. I'm speaking this to this right now, so you guys
Yeah.
can come back to this app. Like a year from now, this app is going to be one the biggest manifestation meditation app in the world.
Yeah,
Speaking right now,
100%. Yeah,
100%.
100%. Yeah.
I can
100%. It
see it.
will.
I use it when I use the app. It asks like what are my goals, my desires, and what I like about the app is that it said James. He always had a burn desire of doing this and doing that, and then it acted as if I had it. And I ain't gonna lie, to me feel really good. You know,
Of course.
feel like
Absolutely. And wait till you see the next version. It's going to blow your mind.
the next version. Are you excited
Yeah,
for the next version as well?
of course.
Of course, man. It's going to be great. I definitely do want to ask some more questions. Um, but first question, I like to say, how am I articulating myself right now? What would you say?
You're doing a great job.
Great job in working on it.
You're doing well.
Doing well. That's great. Now, I have a question about sales. So I'm not going to lie, my sales percentage has went down, like my percentage of like, but that's normal.
Decrease is the better word.
Decreased, yes, decreased. That has went down a little bit, my sales percentage. But I wanted to know what are some sales tips you would have for me?
Well, I would say this. You need to listen to great salespeople, okay? Listen to people that sell well. Go to youtube.com, type in, like, follow Jeremy Miner. Jeremy Miner, he's a great salesperson on the internet, and that's what he sells, sales courses. But he has a lot of free content on the internet on YouTube. So just listen. Just got to listen to him. Listen over and over again, because you have to. It's not about like tricks. You know, I get it. Everybody wants what's the closing? What's the closing phrase that's going to close everybody? And listen, sales is an attitude, honestly. And if you have the right attitude, the right type of passion, you can sell anybody at any given time, right? So I would say listen to great salespeople, man, every day. Just listen to them every day, all day, as much as humanly possible, because you'll begin to assimilate like their dialect, the tonality, the voice inflection, and the cadence, and then it'll be very simple for you to sell anybody.
It's funny because when I first started the company, I was getting like sell after sell after sell after sell, and I was thinking it was going to be a high ride like the entire time. And
Yeah.
but I've took a step back and I analyzed, because I realized that you know I might have just gotten lucky a few couple of times, but my sales percentage is going back up after I watched some videos, but I realized that it went down um, after the first.
Yeah, you just gotta get your reps in, man. You're
Yeah,
new to it, so you gotta get your reps in. You haven't did your 10,000 hours yet, right? So you can't expect to be an expert when you just started to do this, right? Takes some years, man. It takes time. You gotta put it
definitely
in
does.
years. Gotta get some
How,
years under your belt.
how many years have you been doing digital marketing for? What you say?
10 plus.
10 plus. What was the best lesson you learned from digital marketing that you've been
Just
doing?
never give up, man. Honestly, just never give up.
Never
Just
give
keep
up. That's the
going.
yeah.
Never give up. That's the key, honestly. Just keep going. Keep going. It's gonna be years and years. So what? Just keep moving forward.
Would you say that's the secret to your success? Like just never giving up?
Honestly, it's no secret to success, right? It's really no secret, honestly. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of unknowns, but you just can't give up. But even if you never make it, you may not. You might. It's a possibility you never make a
I
million. It
will make a
happens.
million. It's 100%
Honestly, it
happen.
happens.
It 100%
No, I'm not.
happen. I will
I'm not.
not
I'm not.
leave
I'm
this
not
earth.
talking. Yeah, yeah. I'm not talking to you specifically. I'm just saying there's a lot of people that, they never make $1 million. They've been working on it supposedly for 10, 20 years of their life, and it just doesn't happen for some people for whatever reason,
I
and who knows what that reason is.
I am
You know what I mean?
1,000% becoming a multimillionaire. I am 1,000%. I know it like the tip of my tongue.
But make
I
it
am 1,000.
happen then. What's taking you so long?
Which it's honestly not taking so long after I switched businesses. I think what takes people a long time to become a multi-millionaire, honestly, is the business or niche that they're in. Because usually, like with YouTube, I just got into it at the wrong time, to be honest. You know, but I definitely have to say that it's definitely about being at the right place at the right time and taking massive action. I feel like that really has to do with it. As
It's
soon
just
as I
all about
switch,
action. Man. Just keep taking action, man. That's just if you want to keep taking action every day. Just keep
yeah.
going. Don't be discouraged. Just keep going. Keep moving forward. That's it. For the next 10 years at a minimum.
How many hours should I be working per day? I have to answer this question. I'll tell you how many hours I'm working
As
currently right
much as
now.
humanly possible.
Okay. I work 10 hours per day on my
Perfect.
business. You think that's fair enough?
Perfect. Perfect. But make,
I did enough
make sure
for
you
you.
make sure you're productive though.
Yeah. I gotta
Yeah,
be definitely be productive.
yeah, make sure you're not just working. You got to be productive.
Will be your meaning of productive, like in your
I
eyes?
mean, you need to make if you're taking 10 hours to make sales, you need to make sales. If you're 10 hours on the phone, then you need to be making money. That's productive. That means actually achieving a result.
Mhm. That's true.
Yeah, you can.
Wesley, when we meet, bro, like, what's the first thing we want to do, bro? When we meet, like, what's the first thing?
I want you to pay me $1 million for all this great advice.
Pay you $1 million? I got you, man.
Just write
I
me a
want to pay you.
check, man. Just say, Wesley, thank you so much. Here's $1 million for all the lives that I was on over the years from 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. Write me a
I
check
want
for
thousand.
$1 million.
I will 1,000% give you $1 million. 1,000%. And a lot of people are saying laugh emojis in the comment section, but I'm so true. This is 100%. 100% give you $1 million easily and effortlessly.
Well, we'll
Because we
see,
just don't.
man. I'm watching. Hey, I'm watching I'm watching, eat my popcorn, so we'll see.
Yes, sir, man. One more thing I like to ask you, bro, is like, you
But
know, I personally, I personally watch um, educational videos off the internet to teach me, like to become more educated in my field. Now, what's your thought process on like becoming different in your niche? Because I realized that with YouTube, I watched all the videos on YouTube, but it wasn't until I became a little bit different, like tweaked it a little bit, besides what everybody else was doing, that I finally took off. So, like, what would you say is like how do you become different within business?
different. I wouldn't suggest to be different. I would suggest just to model others that are successful.
Okay, just model other people.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, what's the key in that though? Like, if you like if you model every single person, like you saying like model like word for word everything.
No, I give example like
Like, okay,
you remember MySpace.com?
yeah, I remember
Okay,
my space. Yeah,
so MySpace, so Facebook, Mark he copied MySpace. He made it a little bit better. That's it.
yeah, that's true.
You know what Pepsi
Yeah,
is?
I know Pepsi is.
So Pepsi model Coca-Cola. I mean, they basically stay the same, do they not? Right? Tylenol, you know what Tylenol is?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so Aleve, they model Tylenol, Motrin, these all the same people, right? Same company, same. You know what a bank is? Chase Bank, Bank of America. Don't they all do the same thing? They just take your money and hold it in the bank account. Same exact business, right?
So like when you visualize, I'm sorry, I just have to ask this question. When you visualize,
Yeah,
honestly, bro, I'm asking this question, so I just like talking to you. But when you visualize, right?
yeah.
Do you watch it like from outward or like from like washing your body or like
So
through
you
your eyes?
ask me, am I associated or disassociated, right?
Like when you visualize, do you watch through your eyes or watch from your body?
No, so I can, so yeah, when I visualize, I see myself as if I'm watching a movie. So I'm disassociated. So I can see it like on a movie screen, or I could be in the picture itself. It just depends.
Which one do you think is more effective though? Like between those type of things?
Either one. I mean, if you're associated, it may be more effective. But the key is if you begin to feel the experience, and it just takes practice, then you know you're moving towards the goal or the dream faster. When you begin like to really feel and experience it within your body, and that just takes practice, then your brain and your mind will be there. It will believe it's actually living in that outcome.
Sure, I like that.
Yeah.
My favorite slogan from you is dedicated, motivated, dedicated. Let's go. That's my favorite slogan from you. Anybody who's been listening to Wesley for years, you guys remember like he used to say that all the time.
Yeah, I know I
Motivated,
did.
dedicated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
James, man, do your thing, brother.
All right, man. I'm gonna continue grinding, man. It was nice talking to you,
You
man.
too. Much love. I've been talking to that young man for a very long time. I'm proud of him because he's just, it's phases. It's phases of business. It's phases of life. Just like self-discovery, folks. It's a journey. But one thing about him, he still has the passion and belief that he will become a millionaire. He will become rich, and I think he will as well. But as long as you don't give up, just can't stop. You got to keep moving forward. Any more questions for him before I let you go? It's 2 o'clock, folks. It's been 2 hours here. Thank you, Tammy. Ham. Thanks for tagging me. And folks, if you don't mind, can you guys, if you're gonna download the DreamRizz app tonight, tag me. Like share it to your Instagram and tag me so I can check it out. Okay. I want to see what you created. I want to give you some feedback. Okay. I'm glad I viewed this conversation. How do you increase your patience as a whole? Honestly, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Do that 5 times, and just relax. And just realize that what you think that you want, you don't need it now. You don't need it now. You don't need it right now. Okay, it's not important. What's important is to take action. What's important is that you keep moving forward. What's important that you keep taking risks and sacrificing and learning and reading and taking action. Okay. I love you guys. This is Wesley, $1 billion Virgin. I'm gonna let you go. If you want to download the app DreamRizz in the app store, download it. It's free. Give me some feedback. Send me a DM. Tag me if you want to share it to Instagram, and I'll be happy to review your song for you to make it better for you. Much love. This is Wesley, $1 billion Virgin, and let's go.